Hey everybody, we're back this week. Just gonna go over everything that came in. No special highlights or anything. I would have done an unboxing, but the delivery showed up quite late and I just had to get them put away. So we'll just do a quick rundown, maybe a little tidbit on anything that's interesting, and there we go. Alright, so first up we've got Neolamprologus Brevis. Nice little nano fish. This is a Danio goblinius, for anyone curious. Stay small, like an inch. Nice little peaceful schooling fish. Down in the same tank here we have Ornate rainbow gobies. That's a big male, showing pretty good color. Looks like we got mostly males in this week. Peaceful little algae grazer, like well oxygenated clean water. And we also got a handful of rabbit snails. And over here got a bunch of pygmy Gories all around this tank. And right next to them we've got the reticulated Siamese algae eater, or silver flying fox. These guys are really good at eating string algae, so if you've got a blackbeard problem, they're my go-to. A little better than the regular Siamese in my opinion. Next up, Silvertip Tetras. Really common, easy fish to keep. You get some nice dual color action with the orange males and yellow females as they age. And also in this tank are Corydoras habrosus, another dwarf species of Gory, good for smaller tanks or big ones as well. Really chill and peaceful. Your bread and butter Cardinal Tetras. Get these basically every week. And we've got neon green Tetras. And these are like a smaller version of a neon with a slightly different coloration. You get kind of that green across the back and a little less red underneath. We also got another batch of clown loaches, and of course they're all hiding. Then next to this, something we've been keeping in quite a bit recently, these are lipstick gobies. That's very similar to the Ornate rainbows. They're a little grazer. A different genus on these guys. This is Sychiops versus now I'm blanking. But you can see where they get their name. Little red right around the lip on the males. The females are a lot duller, but I don't, maybe one here. And another goby in here. These are Australian desert gobies. That is a male. They kind of will color up more as they get larger. They get almost a jet black with some dark blue. And the females are just kind of stay looking like this. Cool little predator goby, not a grazer. And this is one we have not had before. It's nothing too extraordinary, but these are just called Graceful Rasboros. They're just a little peaceful, small schooling fish. Not super colorful, but can kind of be a nice addition and let your colorful fish stand out a little more. These actually didn't come in this week, but I think they're cool, and I'm going to mention them anyway because I haven't highlighted them. These are Corydoras schultzii, and they're called black Venezuelan Gories. Really cool if you like black fish, but they're quite spendy. And last but not least in this first row, are the classic neon tetras, which I think everybody has heard everything about. So we'll move on to the next row. Alright, so next up we got some chili Rasboras that came in this week. Another little nano fish. These ones get about an inch. They get much more red as they age. Really bright fish to keep if you're into small things. Then over here we got a bunch of assorted swordtails, just various colors. This is a live bear, very similar to like a platy. Then a bunch more female powder blue gouramis. Nice centerpiece to a smaller community tank, very chill. And somewhere in here you can just see the head of a little zebra spiny eel. Those are little micro predators, get about a foot long, like to eat worms and stuff. You gotta make sure your tank is super secure or they will escape on you. And over in this guy we've got some little red neon rainbows, which is a Pseudomugil luminatus. About 1.5 inches, 2 inches max. The males get nice and red with long fins. The female's more of an orangey color with short fins. Then some more nanos here. These are pork chop Rasboras, not super nano, but inch and change, kind of like a mini Harlequin Rasbora. And then their tank mates are celestial pearl Danios, which are nano, a little more spendy fish. They'll look like little brook trout, so, but stay under 2 inches, so nice. This is one we've never actually kept in the store before, but it's actually already spoken for. Oh god, am I gonna be able to focus on it though? Here's another one. These are zebra autocinchlids. That's very similar to their close relative, the common auto. Just a little algae grazer. And then these are the regular otos. And these are Colombian gold tetras. We've had these a few times. Pretty easy beginner fish, nice and hardy, super bright gold color. And in there with them, there we go, a little rainbow shark. There's a few of these guys. So kind of a semi-aggressive, larger fish, gets about 6 inches. And also in this tank are Sumo Loaches, which these are kind of a predatory bottom social loach, a little aggressive towards other bottom feeders, so you got to be careful that you keep them with, but not too terribly aggressive. In this tank, you're barely going to be able to see him, but that is a blue Medusa Pleco. That's a pretty close relative of bristlenoses. It's an ancestris. Kind of has like a deep blue color. It's LDA 74, I believe. Yeah, that's right. Smallish, 4 or 5 inches, kind of similar to bristlenose. Omnivorous, they will eat some algae. Got the wicked tentacles. We got a bunch more Congo Tetras in this week. You can see the males starting to get some good color. Females a lot more dull, but they help bring out that good color in the males. One of my favorite fish. And then hiding in here, we've got another fancy Pleco. Okay, if the baby cichlid would get out of the way. You can see this is, they call it like a gold leopard Pleco or a gold vampire Pleco. It is not wanting to be seen, but not really being helped out by these cichlids. So it's an omnivore, not a great algae eater. but kind of cool looking. And finally in this row we've got Pristilla Tetras, which are great beginner fish. Get some nice color, red and yellows and blacks and whites, and almost bulletproof. Nice schooler. And also in here we've got some various Hillstream Loaches. This was a bunch of assorted ones. It looks like mostly reticulated, but there's some other stuff in here. I don't like this guy, if I can get focused on him. No clue what species of Hillstream Loach that is. But we'll move on to the next row. Okay, and in this row we've got some little Congo Loaches, aka Burma Border Loaches. Pretty similar look to like yo-yos if you're familiar with those, but stay more manageable in the 3-4 inch range rather than 6. Social loach, so you want to keep a group of them. Really good snail eaters like most of the botillas. And then up top we've got the always popular marble hatchets. This is a Kerosene Tetra relative. Like schools, hangs out at the top all the time. Gotta make sure they don't jump because they like to jump a lot, so be careful keeping those. Then in here, this is something we've actually had a little bit, but these are impossible to see, so I'll see if I can get a focus on them. And I cannot. They're so tiny. These are Adonis Tetras, but they will remain a mystery. And their tank mates are purple pencilfish. Little, like, fairly aggressive shoaling tetra. You want to have a pretty good line of sight breaks if you're keeping groups of these. And then we've got some Bolivian Rams. One of my favorites on the dwarf cichlid side of things. Get some nice red and long streamers in the males. Can handle more like moderate temperatures than their more popular relatives, the Germans, who like it really hot. Let's see. Oh, I missed one. Oh god. Am I gonna be able to find any though? Yes, yes I am. Just some little clown plecos in here. Small Pinoc species, little wood-eating plecos. Stay really small, like 3 inches or so. Just a little different kind of pleco. And we also got some Pictus cats. These are Pimelodus pictus, one of the small species of Pimelodids. These guys only get like 4 inches long. They like to eat snails, from what I've heard, but do good in groups. Pretty finicky little catfish though, so you gotta make sure you got good water for them. And the final arrivals in this row are these Irian Red Rainbows. Still fairly young, so you're not getting that classic rainbow shape like that guy has. That's an emerald. But that's the males, and then the females just look a lot more like kind of green metallic-y. Don't really live up to the name, that only the males do. And those we sell as pairs of male females. And just a couple more things in the last row to show you. Alright, and the final row of fish here. This week we got more roselines, always a popular. They call them Roseanne Sharks, but they're technically a barb, just like none of the sharks are really sharks. Nice schooling fish, pretty big, gonna be about 6 inches. Get that nice red on the nose that will actually trail back further and further as they age, so they get really good color as they grow up. Not too aggressive, but not like completely peaceful. And we've got some just little Oscars here. These are wilds. Your typical kind of yellowy brown patterning instead of the orange you get in the aquarium bred strains. Then we've got these guys, which are insanely expensive and pretty rare. So there's a couple of different kinds of silver dollars in here. There's your regular black bars where you've got the kind of red anal fin there. a few of these slightly bigger guys who aren't really getting their color yet, but these are blue hook silver dollars. And these are the quite rare, expensive ones. So right now, not too impressive, but they should grow into some better color. Then we got some little Victorian Cichlids here. These are thick-skin obliquitans. The males, you can see, this is basically what they're going to look like. They'll get some more blue in the face as they age, but that's the dominant male of the tank, so you can see pretty good color. Smaller haplochromy from Lake Victoria. Caps out about 4 inches generally. And then here we've got some Neolamprologus Brevis. Katabe, I think, is the collection location on these types. They're a small Tanganyikan shell dweller, one of the cheaper, more common varieties of shellies that you'll see. And let's see. The final fish that arrived this week are these Severums. These are Inirida, I think, Iniride, something like that. The distributor calls them super Severums. I don't know, they're kind of like a turquoisey speckled body with some red. Like your typical kind of Severum colors, a little different than what you normally see. And right now they're all very plain because they're just juveniles, but I think that is the rundown of everything we got in this week. There are a few little blood parrots in here as well, I forgot to mention. But that is everything. Alright, that will do it for this week. I think I covered everything. If I missed something, I guess you'll have to see it in the store. If you got questions about any of these species that I went over or would like to get them, shoot us a message or give us a call, and I can put them on hold for you. We order fish every week, so if there's something you're after that you haven't seen, let us know and I'll try to get it in the store for you. Just a reminder, we didn't get any black worms this week because there was a problem with the distributors. Hopefully we'll have some ready next week. You guys have a good weekend.